Sometimes in life, we make a couple of bad decisions in a row. Maybe you let yourself down, or maybe you even let someone that you care about down. And the momentum, the negative energy that's created from that can be really challenging to overcome because you start to question yourself and challenging your own identity. Really wondering maybe if you had the right intentions or the right outlook. And this really builds so much tension internally that we can almost get stuck and stop moving forward. But you need to regain self-belief because otherwise you're doing yourself a massive disservice. You are setting yourself up to fail if you start to think that you're not good enough or you don't deserve something good in your life or people to love you or for you to be successful or to have fortune/luck, right? Then you are creating a narrative where you become a victim. And most of all, a victim to your own negative self-talk. Don't buy into and believe every thought that comes into your head. Remember, you are not that narrator, that voice. It's not your identity that's tied up. It's just a voice. It's just your thoughts. And there's a distance, a gap, a level of space between you and what you are thinking. The reason why that's so important is because really your life can look vastly different if you buy into the thoughts that are running through your mind versus if you decide to pick different thoughts. You can choose. At any moment you can make a new decision and say, I'm going to think about myself like this. I'm going to believe that I'm worthy, that it's possible, that I have it in me, that the potential is there, and that I'm going to follow through this time. You can start to think that you will make better quality decisions as a result of that last failure or mistake, or you can choose to believe that everything is downhill from here. You can convince yourself of practically anything, and so why choose to believe something that doesn't give you a good result? And the answer to that is actually pretty obvious. It's just easier. There's less work involved and it kind of feels natural because our minds almost lean into that negative spiral. They're addicted. They want to feel that tension, that bad energy, because it keeps you safe as well. It protects you from further failure, or so we start to believe. For example, if you don't believe in yourself to succeed at anything, then you won't even try. And as a result of not trying, you can tell yourself that you're not really failing because you're not even trying. However, it's quite the opposite. In reality, if you pull back, you realize that from a different view, you're really not doing anything at all. And by nature, that is failure in and of itself. And it really does come down to your perspective. If you take a step back and analyze your own progress, how far you've come, how much you've grown and changed, I think you'll realize that, yeah, you've done a lot of good and you can use that as evidence. The tricky thing is when you're in a bad state, your memory is state dependent. So if you're not feeling good, you'll remember everything that you ever did wrong. Just how, if you're in a fight with your significant other, you might remember everything they did wrong because they upset you now. And often you see in relationships, people fight each other by using evidence and pressure points from the past to get leverage. Do not do that to people in your life, and definitely, most definitely, please don't do that to yourself. What's the gain? What's the outcome that you're looking for? Because there's no positive outcome that's possible with that leverage point. Instead, start looking for what you want to see. Proof and evidence that you have made good decisions in the past, that you are a good person. Really, even ask the people around you for a little bit of support and a little bit of evidence and proof that, yeah, you've been good to them in the past too. And some people might feel awkward doing that, but it's worth it. Trust me on this, that if you can get a little bit more leverage in the right direction to start to believe that you are a good person, you've done a lot of good, that self-belief that you cultivate, it's not just ego, it's not just feeling good about yourself for the sake of it, it's so that you can be a better person for the people that you care about and also for the whole world to make a positive impact on it. You deserve to live a life that you're really thrilled with, that you're happy with. You need to be thriving, not just getting by. And so It's so important that you take charge and that you make a commitment to continuously replenish your self-belief, especially when you lose momentum. So start gathering that evidence, but also continuously polish your self-talk. Start examining that inner voice and question it. Do I like the way that this is making me feel? Do I like the perspective and ideas that I have about myself and who I am as a person? Or does some of this need to be swapped out? And if you think none of it needs to be swapped out, then we got bigger problems, right? We need to work on that self-reflection to continuously spot patterns that are disruptive, that aren't constructive, and that don't help you further along your way. Think about your goals, what you want to try to achieve, and then ask yourself, the way that I view myself, the way that I think, does it help me get there, or is it getting in my way? Not only yes or no, but to what degree, to what extent? What can I upgrade here? And then it's time to get to work. Start upgrading. Make a new belief system. Make a new perception of yourself. Craft your ideal character and who you want to become, how you want to feel, how you want to think. Don't leave this stuff to chance. Imagine how your life would look like if you just got in the car and drove to wherever. I don't know. Maybe you'd run into something that you liked along the way, hopefully. But you know what might be a little bit better than that? Is just having at least a rough idea of where you're heading, some kind of direction, general direction at least, so that you don't get lost and just end up somewhere where you didn't want to go. Because then when you end up somewhere where you didn't want to go and you start complaining that you're not happy with where you are and how things are, whose fault is that? Right? How much did you structure and plan out the type of person that you wanted to become? If you're not fully happy, 100% satisfied with who you are today, then don't put up with it. You have so much power in that you can use free will at any point to turn around. You are not a tree. You can move to any which where you would like, pretty much. And there are resources available to learn, to grow, to expand your skill set. Everything is there for you. It's about being resourceful. So grabbing that opportunity and taking it to really grow and to become a better version of yourself. Be proactive. Don't leave it to chance, and continuously polish and work on your ability to talk to yourself constructively, positively, to believe in yourself, and to really support yourself at another level. And if you want to level up even more, if you want somebody to hold you accountable, to support you, to have total clarity on your goals, and really make sure, guarantee that you succeed on your journey, that you hit your targets week over week, then I invite you to jump over to erafael.com. Over there, you can book a one-on-one call with me. We'll talk and see if it's a good fit. And if so, I could be coaching you every single week, making sure that you're at your best. Again, if you want to take advantage of that, go to erafael.com. Link is in the description. And as always, I hope that you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one.